Hey, what's going on guys? It's Wide Gaming, back again with some more Generation Zero. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you are all having a good day. Today what we're going to do is go over a few things that I think Generation Zero needs in 2022. There's quite a few things on the list, especially things that the community has been asking for, and things that we've all wanted since pretty much day one. Some things relatively new, others are pretty damn spicy, and we've had a little bit of a hint from the devs that it might be coming in the future. So you never know, our prayers may be answered and a few of the things on this list may come true this year. Before we get into it, subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, and also tick that little bell so you get notifications, because we'll be streaming very soon on YouTube. I will let you know when. Hopefully it will be starting on the 11th, but I am waiting for a few things first, so if they show up in time, it will be then. So, we're going to start off with a bit of a bad point here, and that is transparency. Obviously, quite a few things went wrong with the Resistance update for Xbox, and obviously it was delayed for over half a year. Now, that in itself is fine. Delays happen. The only issue that this is just a personal thing, and from what I've seen a lot of the community on the forums and on their Facebook pages and things like that, is a lot of people were very upset that things weren't being communicated. And towards the start of the year, and all the years before, we have had communication with the team. We either get a weekly letter, a bi-weekly letter, or even a monthly letter if it's a slow time. But there's always something there, until it went a little bit wrong. And then everything was just blank, we didn't hear anything, we just had streams, and the answer was, oh, there's no word yet. I think that if that happens again, it may be a problem, and quite a lot of the community could lose faith. So hopefully that doesn't happen, and we have no issues this year. But if there are issues, I think personally the best way to say, alright guys, we've got a big problem, we can't give you a date, it will be there when it's there, and we will give you updates as we go along, which I think is good. And they have said as well that if there are any issues, it will be released on all platforms at the same time, whatever the update may be. So nobody is going to get it first anymore. They're not going to push out to certain platforms to get it out early, so that is a good sign. Hopefully, we don't have any issues and it doesn't have to happen, but we shall see. So, the game definitely needs a lot of love this year, and I think one of the main ways that they could do that is, obviously, we've heard a few little things about weapons already. We're obviously getting the grenade launcher, the MAC-10, and a few other little bits that are in the pipeline and hopefully come in early 2022. But I think we need a lot more weapons. To be precise, we need more experimental weapons. Obviously, all these US weapon packs and all the other weapon packs are great. They're fun. I enjoy just collecting them and testing them out for a couple of days. But beyond that, I don't really use them. I don't know if anybody else is the same, but with experimental weapons, I don't tend to use any of the standard guns anymore. Mainly because you use a lot more ammo, which then requires a lot more farming. So, and the time to kill is ridiculously longer, especially when you're used to playing with experimental weapons. So I definitely think that more experimentals, variants of the weapon packs that we've got, could be great. I myself definitely want to see an experimental AI-76. That is one of my favorite weapons in the entire game. I'm just gutted that that didn't come as an experimental. So hopefully they mix it up a little bit. If we can get an experimental one of them, that would be absolutely amazing. So another part is missions. We don't really have... Once you've done the game, there are no missions. You've done the game. That is it. We now need missions. We need a lot of missions. That would be very nice. Even side missions. This is something that I'll touch on throughout the video in different topics. But definitely a whole host of new missions would be amazing. Be that side missions or main missions, or the ability to replay old missions, which will also tie in to the ability to start a new game without wiping your old one. Obviously, if you're on PC, it's a little bit easier because you can just move one save folder over to another, and then that creates a new game for you. But I think New Game Plus and just a few options like that would be great. Some of the players that have been here since day one, we've grinded it and we've pretty much got everything that there is to get. Obviously, there's a lot of new players now due to it being on Game Pass. So I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. It is an absolutely amazing game. take some time, wander around, have a look at everything. Don't just go out and shoot. That's not what it's all about. Enjoy the ambience of the game, and especially at nighttime, it's spooky and it's fun. But new missions would be great, even for the newer players. Obviously, if you did sort of tiered missions, so when you get to a certain level, then they unlock. So if you are a new player, you're not suddenly overwhelmed by all these new things. I think would be a smart move. So this next one is something big that I, and pretty much the whole community, as far as I'm aware, want. And that is pretty damn obvious. It is this island right here. This thing is an absolute beast. It is double Himfal. I would say triple Himfal. You could fit Himfal in, like, one there, one there, one there, and then there's room to spare. That rhymes. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. But this island is amazing. And when the game first launched, nothing was on it. There was no roads, there was nothing, but you could make your way over there. Now, obviously, you get the screen that kicks you, says inactive area, and yada, 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 which is unfortunate. You get booted right out, so you can't actually get over there anymore. But it's a shame, because all of this has changed. It wasn't too long after the game had launched that it was put in, but as you can see, we've got roadways here, we've got a runway here. Now, this runway, I mean, the size of it, obviously, compared to the air base, is not that big. But that could change. It could just be a little, tiny little runway for private and private jets, really, little planes. But this island could be huge. It could be massive. And this does tie in to the last point as well about machines. We could see something completely new over here. That's if we get it. And I think if we did get it, it would be a DLC item. And I've spoke about this island before, and people have said, oh, we need the island, it should be free. It won't be free. Business standpoint, there is no way this would be a free island. I highly doubt, anyway. Because, you know, there's so much there, and everybody wants it. People will pay for this island. I will, 100%. I don't care. I will pay for this. If it's a DLC, or whether it's just an actual access to the island, I will still pay for it. Because the amount of space that is on here, it is pretty much 2 regions. Even the farmlands probably won't fit in there. And that's the biggest region that we've got. So there's a lot. There's a lot of room there and a lot of things that we could play with. So next up, you all knew it was coming, and that is base building. Now, the base building is absolutely brilliant. But it's not really base building. It's more of a defense type mission. It was very much put out there as a base building sort of thing. But to be fair, I like what they've done. It's enjoyable, it's fun, and it adds something new to the game. We've got quite a bit to build. We've obviously got the structures, the walls, and all that kind of funky stuff. But I think what we do need, and we are getting it in early 2022. What we will get, I don't actually know, but we're getting some new parts. A few things have been teased to us already. But there's going to be a lot of stuff that they could do with it. Now, as much as I love it, it is fun, it is great to play, it needs to be a little bit more spontaneous. We need to have random waves, because at the moment, you know where they're coming from, so you can target them relatively easy. So it would be nice if it was randomly generated, and the machines just popped up from anywhere and everywhere. I think that would make it a lot more interesting and a lot more fun. Alongside that, we need a hell of a lot more hard enemies. So at the moment, all we've really got is just tanks. But everything's military, which, the highest it goes is military. I've never seen Phoenix, which is really, really disappointing. I think Phoenix should have been on there, and playing on Guerrilla difficulty, I think we should see a Reaper. That's just my personal opinion. That might be a bit mad, but it would be really cool just to see that. I love the Reaper. I know a lot of other people do as well. He's a beast. He is fun to take down. So imagine doing that on here. How much fun would that be? I'd enjoy it a lot. I know a lot of other people would as well. But not only that, I think what really does need to go is the function of having to actually generate a region score. This should be something that we should be able to play when we want. I shouldn't have to grind and do something that I've already been doing for 2 years to get access to new content. That's the way I feel about it. They have taken that on board, I think, I'm pretty sure it was mentioned in one of the streams. So it's good that they've done that, because at the moment, grinding, for me personally, grinding for an hour just so I can play this for 10 minutes, it's not worth it. I don't like that grindy part anymore. I've got everything that I need to get, so there's not really much point in the grindy element. So, you know, if you enjoy that part of it, then fair enough. But I've got every weapon, so I don't really need to do it anymore. The only thing that I am missing at the moment is schematics, which I can get from here. So it is something that I still do from time to time, but not as often as I used to. Now I just build random things and have fun with the building part of it, because I enjoy that bit. I think it really is quite fun to play with. Now, something else that needs to be addressed with the actual wave defense missions is the actual area. I would love it. They have said that they are going to add more areas, but I would love to see those areas sooner rather than later, because that's the whole fun. You know, new areas to test, new areas to play and build. I'd love to see that. So the next thing we will desperately need to see is new machines. There's a lot of machines in the game, there's a lot of variants, but it is principally the same 6 machines. The Tick, the Seeker, the Runner, the Hunter, the Harvester, and the Tank. We need more than that. I've done a video previously on what I think new machines could be. If you want to check that out, it is in the description down below. Please have a look. It's a cool video. It's mainly I'm a big fan of Terminator, so it was pretty much let's just get the Terminator series into Generation 0. And no, there are other things on there too, but there are a couple of Terminator inspired machines. But we could definitely do with something new. I would love to see flying machines, bigger than the Seekers, and something that could just hover around over the tree lines and really give you that bit of a fright when you're running through the forest region or the mountains region. Because at the moment, you're relatively safe running through there. And I think that should change. If something can see you from above, death from above, it'd just be brilliant. Something we've all wanted since bloody launch, and it hasn't come. This should have been done a long, long, long time ago. And I'm talking 1.5 years ago. Maybe even 2 years. That is skills. The skills are great. They are great. The only problem with those skills is this here. This little thing at the bottom. 0 skill points. We either need to be able to respec without deleting characters, or have extra skill points. So going up to level 50. Enough skill points to unlock everything, I think, would be cool. But maybe redo the skill tree just slightly, so unlocking certain things could debuff certain things, so then you're not completely OP. But that's just my 2 cents on skills. So this one is about assignments. Now, assignments have been a controversial and touchy subject since they launched. They are a great little thing that keeps us coming back every single day. But we need more of that. We need more variety and more things to actually do. I think new missions would make it a lot more fun with the assignments. So even side missions, they could add a whole host of side missions. Obviously, I think that's I don't know much about making games, so I can't really say for certain, but that's probably a lot of hard work adding loads of new missions. But adding just random side missions, not DLC, not paid for, these are free, what I think they should be anyway. Just loads of random side missions that you can go and do, and they would tie in with the assignments. So, you know, do 1 side mission a week, or do 2 side missions a week, and then these side missions pop up weekly. So obviously the assignments change weekly and daily, but having weekly missions to do as well would be really, really cool. Just maybe even giving us that little bit of extra XP or actual ammo, something good, because a lot of people said, myself included, the assignments weren't really worth the rewards that we were getting. They have tweaked them a little bit. They're a little bit better than what they were on launch, but they're still, for me personally, I just do them because they're fun, and I don't really do them for the reward. Sometimes the rewards are really good, sometimes they're nice little extras, but I think extra assignments would be cool, but something new. So clear a bunker out. So replenish the machines in a bunker, clear that bunker out. So clear locations, or go and retrieve this and take it to him, Fal, or, you know, things like that. Something different, rather than blowing up cars, blowing up TVs, blowing up machines, or riding a bike. I just think that would be quite nice. A little bit of a change. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from me today. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, let me know in the comments. And if there's anything that you think we need to add to the game this year, or why gaming the channel, let me know in the comments below. Massive thank you to everybody that has watched. Hopefully, you're still playing GZ, still loving it, and are really excited for the content to come this year. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, tap the bell notification, and if you really want to support the channel a little bit further, become a member down below. I'd appreciate it. Thank you all, and we'll see you in the next one.